All right, we've suffered. We're still suffering, of course, because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments. But there's going to come a time when all that suffering ends, and then it's the time for Most High to do what He promised to do, and that's in Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 3. No, 30 and verse 7, I believe. To put all these curses upon our enemy. I'm gonna go to that real quick. Deuteronomy 30 and verse 7. And Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. He's gonna put all these curses upon thy enemies. So who are the enemies? The other nations, because what? They helped to take crafty counsel against us. It goes back to Psalms, the 83rd chapter. The other nations, they saw our destruction, and they basically partook in it. So these curses gonna put all on our enemies. The other nations, what did it say? The other nations, they lick the wounds. These other nations, they all comes down to being jealous and covetous. They jealous because they didn't get the birthright. They were not chosen. Ishmael feels like he was chosen. No, you were not chosen. You got a blessing though. E feels as though his birthright was stolen. And these other nations, they feel that I should be in charge as well. But who did the promises go to? It went to Israel. That's why the Most High is going to put all the curses on our enemies, not the enemies of Ammon, or put all the curses on the Moabites' enemies. All the curses that came upon us, they're going to go to the other nations. And what are some of the curses? The ones in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Meaning the women, guess what? The women of the other nations, they're going to be working. They ain't going to be just, sitting around and doing nothing. No. They're going to, well, actually, right now, they actually are working. But they're going to be working hardcore slavery. This is real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 10. It says, And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. So, the Most High has always avenged his elect. And it's going to be no different this time. The Most High avenging his elect. And these other nations, they got to pay for that. This is why it's asinine to believe that the other nations, they can, rape, rob, murder us, and then they can just, they can be saved. All they got to do is say they believe in white Jesus, and they're in the kingdom. No, they have to, the curse has got to come upon them. They have to actually go through slavery. They got to actually build up our walls. Because didn't we build up this place, America? It would only be right that they build up our kingdom. That's what slaves do. They work. These slaves are also going to get beat upside their head. I can't wait. We were just talking about last night. We're going to have sundown towns. I'm going to have sundown towns and moon down towns in the same town. So you better not be caught out when the sun goes down, and you better not be caught out when the moon goes down either. I can't wait to avenge the elect. To get my hands on the elite of Edom. I can't wait to also even the lower level ones, like your bosses, stuff like that. Your bosses, your supervisors, your managers, stuff like that. A woman don't got no business being your manager. And we that close What does it say in Revelation chapter 13? You want to go there real quick. This is Revelation 13 and verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And what do you do in captivity? It's not just we holding you hostage and just feeding you and just for you to exist. No, you in captivity and you actually working, building up our walls. Reading on, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Who killed with the sword? Mainly E. That was his blessing. A great sword was given unto him. E's military might and his power and his strength was given to him to what? Cause terror on the inhabitants of the earth. And we're at a point now where everybody on the earth wants this devil out. Everybody realizes that there is no compromise with this devil. There is no being friends with him and you being cool with him. No. This devil has to go down. He has to go out. He has to be uprooted. And that is what all these other nations want, and that's what we want too. But these other nations, they just want to be empowered themselves. But no. What did Yahweh say? What does it say about Yahweh? On his head was many crowns, so he took the crowns of the other nations. The other nations, they're not about to rule. There is no God can make God ruling for a split second. The Most High is having it to where they get the other nations, after they serve their captivity for 1,000 years, they get their land back. That's in Revelation chapter 20. And the rest of the dead live not till 1,000 years. And so they get their land back, but guess who after 1,000 years doesn't get their land back? It's E. Because what happens with him? That's Obadiah. Smallest book in the Bible. Talking about the extermination and eradication of a particular people. And who was that particular people? E. His whole house, his whole family will be cut off. Never to be seen again. You won't know what an Edomite is again. And we all should be rejoicing to see that day. Because it's just right around the corner. We have all these missiles just now they were talking about being launched in Israel. You got the tensions between Hezbollah, Israel, Iran, and Israel, and all these other factions and nations and militia groups that's going on. Terrorists shall take hold of him on every side. He is not comfortable in his land right now. They looking over their shoulder. They're not enjoying right now their rulership because they're fighting their best to maintain it. The elites, they're losing sleep to try to keep this bitch alive and floating. Well, we're in our rulership. We're not losing sleep about how to keep our kingdom going. We living it up. Trust me, these elites are losing sleep. They're seeing the third temple is being built right before their eyes. They're not having fun. These elites are not having fun. Now your lower level Edomites, might be having a little bit fun, but even then they not having fun like that. I promise you that they not. Elon Musk has been given a task to help bring forth the MOTB. As much money he has to work. When we're in the kingdom, our servant's going to work for us. But he has to actually work. He has to do research, studies, make sure other people are doing their jobs right. He is losing sleep. It's not nonstop enjoying yourself and relaxation. His kingdom is falling. You have the threat of national security going on. Do you think in the time of Solomon, and he reigned in what? A peaceable time. And that goes with any king. That any king that reigns in an unpeaceable time, you losing sleep. Your hair is falling out. It's turning gray. These elites are not enjoying life. They're going, having other meetings with other countries and other secret meetings and stuff like that. Of how we're going to take over this, take over that. The time that they spending trying to plot to take us down, that's time they could have been spending, living it up, doing cocaine or crystal meth, whatever the hell they wanted to do. But they can't because they got a plan. They are not enjoying themselves. And on that note, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makak Wadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS who were well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.